Once upon a time, there was a young girl who lived in a village near the woods with her mother and father. Every so often they would travel to visit her grandmother on the other side of the woods.
从前，有一个小女孩与她的母亲和父亲住在树林附近的一个村庄。每隔一段时间，他们会前往树林的另一边拜访她的外婆。
The young girl's grandmother always doted on her and gave her presents when she visited. The best present her grandmother gave her was a little red riding cape with a little red hood.
当小女孩拜访外婆时，外婆总是宠着她，送她礼物。外婆送给小女孩最好的礼物是一件配有小红帽的红色斗篷。
She wore it everywhere she went, and soon enough, everyone was calling her Little Red Riding Hood.
她走到哪里都带着它，很快地，每个人都叫她小红帽。
One day, Little Red Riding Hood's mother called to her and said, "Grandmother is not feeling well, why don't you go for a visit and take her some treats to brighten her day?"
有天，小红帽妈妈跟她说，外婆身体不舒服，你要不要拜访一下，并带些点心，让外婆心情变好？
I would love to.
So Little Red Riding Hood set out on the path to her grandmother's house.
于是小红帽启程前往外婆的家。
As Little Red Riding Hood entered the woods, a wolf approached her. Since she did not know that he would really like to eat her up, she was not afraid of him. So they started to talk.
当小红帽进入树林时，一只大野狼向她走来。因为她不知道大野狼其实是想吃掉她，所以她不感到害怕。他们开始聊起天。
Hello there, little girl.
Hello.
Where are you going all by yourself?
Oh, I am headed to my grandmother's house. I am going to take her some treats.
That is so very kind of you. Pray tell me, where does your grandmother live?
She lives in the first cottage along the path, just beyond the river.
You know what your grandmother would love? You should pick her some wildflowers to make a bouquet.
That is a splendid idea.
And so she began wandering through the woods looking for the prettiest flowers she could find. That was exactly what the wolf wanted. Now he could get a head start and arrive at grandmother's house first.
于是他开始在树林里徘徊寻找他能找到最漂亮的花，而那正是大野狼想要的。现在他可以抢先一步抵达外婆家。
When the wolf arrived at grandmother's house, he knocked on the door.
大野狼到了外婆家，他敲了敲门。
Who's there? It's your granddaughter. I have some treats for you.
Oh, how nice. Pull the latch, my dear, and come on in.
The wolf burst into the room and tried to grab grandmother, but she was surprisingly quick on her feet and managed to get away. She immediately ran off to get help.
大野狼冲进房间并尝试抓住外婆，但外婆出奇地跑得很快并设法逃脱，她立即跑出去寻求帮助。
Oh well. I can still wait for the little girl.
好吧，还有小红帽可以让我等，大野狼心想。
He looked around for one of grandmother's nightgowns as he concocted another plan.
他环顾四周寻找外婆的睡衣，因为他制定了另一个计划。
A short while later, Little Red Riding Hood came to the door. When he heard the knock, the wolf once again disguised his voice, this time to sound like grandmother.
没过多久，小红帽到了。当 大野狼听到敲门声，他再次伪装他的声音，这一次听起来像是外婆的声音。
Who is it?
It's me, Little Red Riding Hood.
Pull the latch and come in, dear child.
Little Red Riding Hood noticed that it did not sound like her grandmother, but she thought perhaps her cold had changed her voice, so she went inside. She approached her grandmother's bed and noticed she did not look like herself either.
小红帽注意到声音听起来不像她的外婆，但她认为可能是感冒改变了外婆的声音，于是她就进去屋子里了。她走进外婆的床，发现看起来不像是外婆。
Grandmother, what big arms you have.
All the better to hug you with.
Grandmother, what big ears you have.
All the better to hear you with.
Grandmother, what big eyes you have.
All the better to see you with.
Grandmother, what big teeth you have.
All the better to eat you up with.
And with that, the wolf jumped out of bed and chased after Little Red Riding Hood.
说完，大野狼跳下床跑去抓小红帽。
Fortunately, just then, Grandmother returned with some help from a woodcutter who was working nearby in the forest. The three of them chased the wolf out of the house, into the woods, and all the way to the river.
幸好就在这时，外婆请一位在森林附近工作的樵夫帮忙，三人合力将大野狼赶出房子，进入森林，一直赶到河边。
The wolf was running so fast that he fell right into the river, and the water carried him far, far away, and they never saw him again.
大野狼因为跑得太快了，所以摔进了河里，水把他带到了很远很远的地方，他们再也没有见过大野狼。
Little Red Riding Hood and her grandmother thanked the woodcutter and offered to share their treats. As they ate cake to celebrate, Little Red Riding Hood promised them that she would never talk to a wolf ever again.
小红帽和他的外婆感谢樵夫的帮忙，并分享他们的点心。当他们吃蛋糕庆祝时，小红帽向他们保证，他永远不会再和大野狼说话了。Thinking time. After reading this story, please draw your little red riding hood. 听完这个故事之后呢，请画下你心目中的小红帽吧。The second little question. If you were the wolf, what would you do? 第二个小小的问题，如果你是大野狼，你会怎么做呢？